We down to four. We got four games. We got exclusive picks. We giving you free money, free bets. Stay tuned. It's a money pot game. We don't want to welcome everybody back to a special edition, nighttime edition of Money Pop Podcast. I am him. I'm your host. I'm the CEO. They call me Moss Money. And there's my guy over there out in these streets. They call him Diddy. What's up, boy?
Yeah, man. See, I got my ref shirt on. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
we,
I'm out here
you
hustling,
know what I
man.
mean? Yeah, I
Doing my
mean, I mean,
service. Doing my
I might
doing my
have to give you a
service.
little bit of money to make sure you get in that Eagles game and be a ref. Make sure you
That's
get us some.
exactly, man. I made
Get
the call to NFL like, yo, put me on the books.
put you on the field.
Hmm.
I can dig it. I can dig it. All right, y'all. We got four games left. Um, First game is going to be Eagles and Niners. Second game is going to be Bengals and KC. And we're going to break down each game, picks and plays that we like, and then we're going to give you some more picks and plays, and then some long shots that I've seen, some things that I saw that I really like with some of the plays that we're looking at for these games. Not that many games left. Football season's almost over, but hey, Philadelphia Eagles fans everywhere, we are 60 minutes away. 60 minutes away of getting back to the Super Bowl, getting back to where we can get out to Broad Street and do our thing, man. And they already came out and defied Rocky, bro. They already like it's just like what are we
Yeah,
doing
they
here,
don't
man?
never learn. Hey,
Yo, I mean these jokers don't
last time that happened,
learn,
Minnesota
bro.
did that, and we seen what happened in Minnesota. So,
Yo, it's been a couple times, man, that cats did that. And it's just like, yo,
mhm.
what don't you understand? What are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you really want to poke the bear? Because I was
They
saying, like,
already.
it's going to simmer. It's going to simmer.
Mhm.
That picture going to float around for a while. It's going to simmer. People doing what they need to do today. People going to be doing what they do tomorrow. And guess what? Come Sunday, motherfuckers acting a fool. They going to
Mhm.
act a fool down at the link. Best believe that, man. So you know how
We're
we
gonna
do
put
this.
them quotes on. We're gonna grease them poles. Pause.
Yeah,
Be
they
ready to
already,
celebrate. That's what we're gonna
yeah,
do.
right. They are, yeah, fact. So let me, you know, the flow of the show. We bring up a sports book. We look at their bets and plays, and we go through it. So I'm gonna do a different one today because they have some future bets that I really like, and B Diddy, I think you'll really like some of these plays too. We're gonna go to hometown, right? We're gonna go to a hometown book. We're gonna go to Parks Sports Book, and we're gonna bring up their sports book a little bit different with how they do it. Um, with some of the lines, but I think most of them are all the same with the lines. Let me just break here. Man, Kenny, they got all these promotions, and another thing too for just for everybody out there. If you're looking at promotions and stuff, shop around, get the best promotion. It is free money at the end of the day, to be honest with you. If you can get in and get a free, a free deposit, 100% deposit or free deposit, or you make a parlay and they give you, $75 and free bucks. Make a quick parlay. Don't do nothing crazy. Get the win. Get out. Get your money. Like I still tell people all the time, doubling up is the way to go. If you can double up your money, get out. It don't matter if you're there for a minute or two. All right, we all want to gamble. Me and B Diddy been on the felt, walked down, sat down with a couple hundred. You know what I mean? Doubled up in less than an hour. We like, oh man, we're gonna have to run this a little bit. We're not gonna get it hotter just fast. So I get it. We can gamble a little bit, but at the same time, the point of it is to get in and get out. You want to hit them quick. You don't want to be shopping around because that's how you start leaking money. All right, so this is Park Sports Book right here. Let me bring up NFL real quick, and I'll zoom in just a little bit here. Oh, that line jumped to three already. You know what it line? You know what it jumped up to three, bro? It's because I saw McCaffrey didn't practice today again, and he's like he says he vows to play. That's what he said. He vows to play, and I'm just like, what do you mean vow to play? Like, bro, like that's a no brainer. You know what I mean? You should
All
be
right.
playing. You know what I mean? So All right.
I think the three
So
line
right
is,
now,
is right though. I think that should be a three line anyway.
yeah. 2.5 it was good, but now it popped up to 3.5. So right now, Niners traveling to Philly, West Coast traveling east at the link, 3 o'clock. The line is now -3, money line minus 50, 150, a minus 150, 52. Looks like the total jumped up. I thought it was at 45.5. Looks like at 46.5. This could be this book. This book could be a little bit higher. So make sure you guys shop around if you're looking at the best number. Let's talk to him, bro. What you thinking about this game, man? What's your play? What's the play for B Diddy in this game? Is it Eagles by a landslide? Are you buying into someone like this is going to be a tough and tight game and all the Brock Purdy or hype?
So give me 1 second. So I'll fill back off you. You can start talking. I got to get back to our screen. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll go right in. I got no problem, bro. I'm all
Jump in there.
birds all day. Birds all day for me. I honestly don't think this is going to be a close game. One, they came here and poked the bear a little bit, but they are very injured. Like they are
Hmm.
hurting. Elijah Mitchell, CMC, Debo, all having practice. And if you look at the week of preparation that they needed to do, they traveled, I think, yesterday, right? So they had their game. Was it Sunday? I believe they had their game. Probably a day off on Monday. Then Tuesday was more likely kind of like the install, some light practicing. And then Wednesday was probably another light practice day as well. And then Thursday, they're on the road, right? There's Thursday's your travel day. Friday, you kind of get settled a little bit. You probably have your meetings, maybe a walkthrough, but all mental stuff. And Saturday is all mental stuff too. So you really didn't get really no practice in this week. Everything's install, mentals, and walkthroughs. And then you got guys that are not even in, guys that are hurt. So you look at that whole week from a preparation standpoint. And then when you break this down game from the X's and O's, CMC is not at 100%. So that takes away a huge element of why they went on this run. Because CMC was averaging damn near like 90 something yards rushing and then like 50 or 70 yards. He was averaging almost 150 yards from scrimmage, on those in his last run. And then you top that off with on the defensive side, Bosa is their only sack guy. Like we had an unreal and amazing run for our defensive line. History was made. First team ever to have 4 players over 10 sacks on the same team. If you look at the San Francisco 49ers, it's Bosa, and that's it. He had 18 and a half sacks. The next closest guy was 5,
Yep.
right? So if you can, it's a big if you can neutralize Bosa, Hurts is going to have all day, bro. Like he's going to have all day to throw. You know what I mean? You chip him, you put Goddard over there, you do whatever you need to do to neutralize him because they're going to put him on Mailata. I don't think they're going to put him against Lane. I think that's a wash. But they're going to put him on Mailata and see if he can get loose against Mailata. If Mailata can do a halfway decent job and stand his ground and give Jalen some time, the other guys are not going to be able to do anything because they're just not natural pass rushers. That's not what they do. And then you look at the offense versus defensive matchup, and then you switch it for us. They're not going to be
Correct.
slow us down. Hargraves against Trent Williams is a wash. But then you got waves and waves of other pass rushers coming off the other end on the other side, inside and outside. Bro, it's gonna be I'm getting 2017 Vikings vibes. Real
It sounds
shit.
like a fan over there. It sounds
You
like
know
the
what I mean?
fan over there, baby.
Yeah, it is the
So
fanboy. It really is.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
get those vibes in this game. And I think the Eagles win by double digits, bro. I really do.
Wow,
I do.
wow.
I do.
I'm gonna pump the brakes just a little bit. We take it a game at a time, especially in these moments. We get excited. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that are lined up here for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think
Yes,
the
sir.
path to win a Super Bowl is straight ahead.
Mm-hmm.
The way we came out against the Giants, we can go back to that last week tape. We kind of laid out how exactly that should go, and it went even better than we expected. I think we
Yep.
kind of need to go into the same game plan. One, controlling the clock and running the football, I think is going to be key against this San Francisco 49ers defense. But before I start with the Philadelphia Eagles, let's just talk about the 49ers. They were one of the hottest teams coming into the playoffs, along with them and the Bengals. They're a solid team from front to back. Their O line is pretty solid. Their run game is solid with two-headed monster with McCaffrey and um, Elijah
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
I wouldn't call
You
it
have
two-headed monster, but go
well,
ahead.
I think they hit you. They hit you in different ways. The way they use them, right? Chris McCaffrey is more your every down back, and then Elijah's your power back a little bit. So he's going to get you
Right.
those extra 2 yards that he needs. And then you have some really good flexible receivers out there, especially in Debo Samuels, who's a flex guy, can run the ball and catch and run.
Mm-hmm.
Got some outside help out there too for the 49ers. And then you got Brock Purdy, who has shown that he is a staple as a quarterback, at least in this system. And they've done nothing but win since he's become under center. Defensively, we're talking about the MVP of the defense and Bosa being on the edge. Pretty sure D line with Armstead up there too. That caused havoc in the middle. But then you got one
Yeah.
of the best linebacker crews in the NFL, and you got between Greenlaw and Fred Warner. I mean, those two motherfuckers are electric, man. They can move laterally. They can get up and down. They hit you. They I mean, they're gonna make you feel them when they tackle you. And
Mm-hmm.
then their weakness though is their back end. Although they got some solid outside guys in coverage, but I think that's
Yeah.
probably their weakest part of their defense.
Yeah, for sure.
But overall, they're the number one defense in the NFL, meaning they don't allow a lot of points scored on them. The caveat to that is though teams that have pretty much able to run some points on them has been the Las Vegas Raiders, I believe, and I can't think of the next team. It was on my head, but I can't think of another team that had to put up a lot of points on them. But they had pretty flexible quarterback at the quarterback position, and I think that's where they're going to come into some trouble when they come up against this Philadelphia's offense. We're very dynamic as long as we lean on the run, and it's very
Mm-hmm.
hard to be accountable for Jalen Hurts. It's just too much pressure this offense puts on defenses. Bottom line,
Mm-hmm.
the only way this offense stops or hurts themselves is if they hurt. I'm sorry, is if they hurt themselves. That's the only way. That's not getting a first down on third and short, something certain like that, or a turnover, which we've been pretty limited throughout the full year with Jalen Hurts only with 6 interceptions. Is those things that are just so much pressure on the defense. I believe we'll be able to move the ball against the San Francisco 49ers and put up some points. And then on the other side of that, this is going to be the hardest defense that the San Francisco 49ers have faced. You thought the Cowboys was tough?
Oh yeah. Come
You
on,
come
dog.
against the best front line in the
Yes,
NFL
sir. Uh-huh.
with a combined of 70 sacks in the league.
Yep.
And that's a credit. That those 70 sacks, they're not because they're so talented up front, because they are. It's because they're talented in the backfield and the secondary is talented. That's
Oh yeah.
allowing quarterbacks to hold the
We
ball.
get Maddox back.
And we're getting right. We get Maddox back, so it's allowing them to hold the ball, and that's why our D line is so good, because they're getting help from the secondary and locking these receivers down. Brock Purdy's gonna have a problem.
That's what I'm
So there's a
saying,
couple
bro.
plays I
So
like. I love.
so everything you're saying to me, tell me how they keep this game close.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm
because it's the
saying.
playoffs, it's just one of them things. I mean, listen. I think that I don't. It doesn't. I don't care. I don't care how many points they beat them by,
As long as we
as long
win.
as they beat them by 3, and as long
Right.
as they beat them by the cut and cover the spread. Because I like the Eagles with the spread. I think you should have got them
Okay.
earlier when they're
Okay.
at 2.5, so you got through
Yeah.
that line.
Yes,
Now that
sir.
it's going to be at 3, you're going to be kind of at that push position just in case anything happens. Special teams, turnover, drop them off punts, small things that can kind of happen in the game and the flow.
Absolutely.
And I would fear this West Coast team coming all the way across the East Coast into that Lincoln Financial. It's going to be crazy in there. But if things do get tight,
Mm-hmm.
it can hurt. That can hurt the Philadelphia Eagles more than it will hurt the 49ers. And I think that's where our captain, our leader, and Jalen Hurts kind of steadies the ship. That's what it's really about. When Jalen Hurts starts steadying the ship, when things get tough, or things don't go like they wanted to go, or the RPO is not running like they want it, you know what I mean? They get a turnover here and there. Can we stay the ship? Can we play a tight game like we played against Indianapolis? That's when I knew it was the Indianapolis game that I knew this team was going to be special because they
Yeah.
can push through adversity and still be able to come out on a victorious side when they're playing against a tough defense. That was probably the last defense we played that was really, really tough like that. They're going to be very similar to the 49ers. So that's why I'm saying I don't know if it's going to be a blowout. Because I think the Colts defense, the way they played us, is going to be a very similar way the 49ers are going to play us too. So with that being said, I love
I was about to say,
the
what's
two and
the
a
pick?
half.
What's the
Pick
pick,
is going to be the
baby?
Philadelphia Eagles plus a 2.5. I will have a few teasers on the under, and I'm going to be marrying that with the over in the other game.
Yep.
But I do got some prop bets here and keeping it quick. I think Brock Purdy's under completions, and probably either you can do Brock Purdy under completions or Brock Purdy's passing attempts. I think they're both going to go under. I think you're
So
going
his
to have
completions
a
are
big
is
game.
19 and a half. His
Yeah, I like that.
completions,
On
I'm
19
looking
and a
at
half. Yep.
19 and a
Yep.
half.
19
Yep.
and a half. I like that play there. I like the third receiver for Philadelphia, whoever the third receiver will be, whether it be Pascal or it'll be Quez Watkins. I think those guys will
Mm.
have a pretty solid day.
Oh
Why?
yeah.
Because that safety for the 49ers is very aggressive. He comes downhill a lot, and he
Hmm.
can get beat. I think that slot receiver should be able to have a little day. But obviously, Dallas Goedert, we hit that on the number on the hit last week.
Yep.
Goddard going over his passing, catching, and receiving. I like Goddard too here. I also like Brock Purdy possibly
What do you
over
like,
nine and a
Goddard?
half rushing yards.
Can you see the screen? What do you like, Gunner? Goddard.
We'll go. What's his passing receptions?
So this is receptions or passing yards.
His receptions.
Oh, his receptions. Okay, let me see if I can find that. But go ahead. My bad. You said Brock Purdy rushing.
I like Brock Purdy rushing over. I think it's 9.5. I think he's going to have to get out the pocket. He's going to escape. You can also look at Brock Purdy for an interception. I don't know what that line is. I think he's been lucky. I don't know what fucking frog he's kissed.
Nah.
He's thrown some interceptions that just were drops
Oh
in these
yeah.
past few
He threw a
games.
couple in the Dallas game.
Yeah, Dallas game. There should have been 3 turnovers. They
Yeah.
just dropped the pass.
They just dropped
We're
the
not
pass.
dropping
Yep.
those. We're not dropping interceptions.
No. No. Not at all.
We're gonna take that rock away. So
And
I
I
like him to
watched
throw an
the old
interception.
I watched the Oklahoma and Ohio State game. Now I know obviously it's a different ball game here, but I was just looking at some tendencies that he has. And when that
Mhm.
Oklahoma game that I saw, that if you move him off his spot, he likes to fade. Starts to
Yeah.
backpedal and he fades, and he kind of
Mhm.
throws off his back foot, and that's a
Yeah.
recipe for disaster here. So I can completely I couldn't agree with you more. But right here, I got up Dallas Goddard's over and unders. I kind of like how Parks does this. You can get a kind of sense of where they have it. Over 2.5 is obviously very high. So I'm thinking you're obviously right between that 4.5 and 5.5. 5.5 is really
Yeah.
interesting at a plus 180.
The 5.5 is a little. It only listen. I don't have a play on the. I have more of a play on the Quez Watkins or Pascal, just
And
because
that's
I
yards
think
or
the
receptions.
linebackers and receptions. I think this will be a game for those guys. Goddard,
Okay,
I think they will have put a focus on him with those linebackers,
for
Fred
sure.
Warner, and Greenlaw. They both can get in pass coverage. So I think we're getting a little too over on the 4.5 would be the highest I'll go with Goddard. I wouldn't.
Hmm.
I think he might get 5. He might be at 4 to 5. It's going to be a
Yeah,
close call.
there's Quez right there. They don't have Pascal, but Quez is right there. Quez 2 receptions plus 114.
Yeah, I think I like that, but be tricky. You got to know what the game plan is. Last week, I think Pascal had over 38 plays, and Quez only had 31 or something like that. I think Pascal had more playing time. I'm not sure is that because of the past history of Quez Watkins' play and getting the ball taken away a
Hmm.
couple times with him. So I'm not sure, but just wait wait till you see what's going on to make that play before Sunday.
What do you feel about AJ Brown? We already know there was a lot of talk about AJ Brown and how he looked on the sideline, whether he was complaining,
Yeah,
bitching, whatever that was. How do you feel about him in this game, and do you like any of his prompts? I honestly, in my opinion, before you answer, I'm focused on Devontae. I think Devontae could have a monster game in this game.
yeah,
I think a lot of focus is going to be on AJ Brown. I think before they said their best corner sometimes travels. Now I don't think that slows
mhm,
AJ Brown, but I think that makes Hurts look in different areas. And if
yeah,
what we've seen this so far this year is that when the Eagles find a weakness and something they can exploit, they will exploit the shit out of it. So if they
mhm,
find that Devontae's getting open on these outs and these digs and these slants, I mean, Devontae, I really like Devontae going over 100 yards. That's just me.
Okay.
Um, but I think this is a game tailored for him. If you look at all the receivers that went off against, um, off against the Niners, great route runners, kind of slender, kind of more slimmer type guys, a little more speed to them. Even though AJ Brown ain't slow, but he ain't
Mhm.
Devontae fast. You know what I mean? Coming out of
Right.
his breaks in those smooth kind of routes. So, what do you think about how you look at these Eagles receivers and how you would vet them?
Yeah, I mean for AJ, I think they're gonna try to get him the ball. I don't know what his
Yeah.
props is for receptions. Was it 5.5?
So for this sports book, you can scale it, right? But the bet,
Okay, but
let me go back
where's
up.
the even line at?
Yeah,
And
I
I'll
was
tell
about to
you
say,
where it's at.
where's the yeah? There's Debo, McCaffrey, Kittle, Jennings, Goddard, Gainwell, Brown. 5.5 at plus
Yeah, 5.5.
135.
So I think they're gonna try to get them the ball early. I would look at a play if you can get it. It's a prop bet. It'll be AJ Brown first catch or one his first catch. We can because the game has started, so it'll be his first catch over 9.5 yards.
Okay.
I think that'll probably be a play. I think they'll probably get him on a slant route or a stop route, some
I don't
type
know
of
if I
route
can
where it's going
find
to be
that.
over the 9.5. Um, if that's
They have
there,
they have
maybe
first
that.
Eagles player, first Eagle reception. That ain't bad. It's AJ
Yeah, and
Brown.
I think during the game, during a live bet, there's a first catch or there's a catch of 9.5 or more.
Okay.
That's a play I will make. I think that, but going back to your question, I think they'll be trying to get AJ the ball just because, like you said, the last week he wasn't really part of the. He may have been part of the game plan, but I don't think he had but one or two catches that game, and I think that really kind of hurt him a little bit because the way the flow of the game was.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, but the flow of the game, like they were just
right,
running, they were gassing them. So
right,
do
and I
what do
so
what makes sense.
that was really a surprise to me. So I'm not sure, and we really don't know what happened or why he felt that way. I've never seen AJ to feel that way, especially in the game, because we both played football, so we know like when
Yeah,
a plan is
yeah,
working, it's like, all right, fuck me, this
yeah,
run that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo,
yeah.
I'm
Right.
proud
Yeah,
for my
yeah.
guys
Keep
running the
running
rock.
that shit.
So it
Yeah,
must have been
yeah.
something else that was going on. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if he has some contract stipulation. I don't know, but it was something that he was pissed off about. Hopefully that thing has changed around. I think Jalen will try to get in the ball probably right away.
Yeah, I
Get
think
him in the
so.
flow of the game.
Yeah.
Um, but that's pretty much what I got. I like the Eagles though. We'll get the Eagles -3, -2.5, and
Yep.
we're gonna rock out that way.
Yeah. Another play I like here too, before we move on to the next game, is I do like the under for Christian McCaffrey rushing attempts. I don't think he gets the ball
Under
14
rushing
times.
attempts.
Yeah, I think he's hurt, man. I do. And we've seen him hurt before. There's like this ain't the first time we've seen McCaffrey hurt. McCaffrey, especially my fantasy folks out there that do fantasy up and down and swear by it. People have been crushed because McCaffrey C-Mac has been out. You know what I mean? So injury, he's a little bit injury prone, and the fact that he is, I think they use him more of as a decoy. I think they use him more in the passing situations. I think they test him early, see how he is, see how he feels, see how the calf is. But if he ever
I
breaks
don't
one,
know, man.
if he strides, yo man, he only had like he only had 12 carries last game.
Yeah, but that's right there at the 14.5. He's going to get more carries because our weakness on our defense is our run stopping defense. So
Yeah, but if he
I
can't
think
run,
my idea that San Fran is going to. That's why I go into the under completions for Brock Purdy. I think they're going to
yeah,
try to establish the run game. I think they're going to go in this game to be
hmm
successful and try to follow the Washington Commanders
blueprint.
uh, blueprint. And I think that's going to have him going over 14.5. I would take the over there. Elijah Mitchell will probably have what is it, about 8.5.
I gotta go back
I
down.
think
I don't
he'll
think he was
probably be
there.
over too.
Yeah, I don't even
Okay,
think he
so
was in
I
there.
think that's the only way they have opportunity here is to control the game by the run game and
Hmm
keep Jalen Hurts off the field and keep our offense off the field. That's the
Yeah,
only way.
they can try.
Yeah,
They can try. I
but
don't think it's gonna work,
if
bro.
I'm a coach and I have a defense that is as strong as the San Fran 49ers, I'm pulling up that Washington game tape.
Yeah.
Don't forget what Washington did to us. They completely kept us off the field. I think the second quarter we only touched the ball once or twice, maybe once.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember.
You see what I'm saying? We allowed 90-something yard drive on the ground, and they took over like almost 12 minutes of that clock. It was some crazy situation that was happening in that
Yeah.
Washington game. They
Uh-huh.
came out victorious because of the way their gameplay is. And if I'm Coach Shanahan, which I know he's a very smart man, I'm sure he's looking at that tape and running and trying to figure out how can we expose this and as a run game. Now, since then, have we gotten better? Absolutely. But if I come in, the game plan is going to be to run the game. It's not going to be me leaving it in Brock Purdy's hands against this defense. Hell no. That's going to play into our hands.
Right. Right. Okay. Fair
My
enough.
my opinion.
Fair enough.
My opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I get
can't
you.
wait to
I got
I
you.
can't wait to cut this clip though. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait to cut this clip up and put that. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Hey. All right. So
That's
we're
what we
both in
do.
agreement. We both on the birds. You guys already know. Go birds all day. We'll see how this game comes out Sunday. Um, and might have some more bets. Might have some more live bets. As we go here. All right. Let's switch it up. Let's go to the second game here. What they call it? I said the Barrelhead is what they're starting to call Arrowhead.
Burrowhead, the disrespect, man. The
Barrelhead.
disrespect.
The disrespect, and I think it came out today that Patrick Mahomes is going to start. This line has jumped everywhere. It opened up at -3, -2.5, then it switched all the way to -1 Cincy, and now it's all the way back to -1.5 KC. Burrow
Right.
is 4-0 against KC, so they're no stranger to going to Arrowhead and getting a win. And we have no idea what Mahomes is. I looked it up. Last time he had a ankle injury, he came out and threw 4 touchdowns and 283 yards. So he's no stranger to this either himself, and to be able to come back. All the videos have been circulating around him walking off podium, no limp. They zoomed in on his ankle to, to see if he's limping or anything. He was full go at practice. So
Mm-hmm.
we don't know. But
Yeah.
supposedly Patrick, aka Houdini Mahomes, is going to be ready to go. So the question is, how do you bet this game, bro? Are you believing what you're seeing in the Mahomes and the hype that he's going to be full go? Are you believing that Cincinnati and the new Manning versus Brady generation here of new quarterbacks, where Brady just beats Manning all the time, and Pat Burrow, Joe Burrow just has Mahomes' number, and he gets another one and stays undefeated against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this quick, so I'm on a time crunch. But um, I think Patrick Mahomes is obviously he was banged up with the ankle. I think he's gonna be
Yes,
okay.
sir.
He seems like he's gonna be okay. High ankle sprain is real. By the time it really affects him, I think he'll be able to make that adjustment in the game unless it gets rolled over really bad or get worse.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he'll be ready to go. I think this team is probably licking at the bit right now because of what the history is with them and against Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. It
Yep,
seems like Joe does have their number.
he does.
This is the rematch game. This is the game that they ultimately had in full control last year when they were up, I believe, what 2-3 scores going into halftime. They got
Mm-hmm.
greedy at the end on the goal line before half and they couldn't get it in, and that was the game changer right there. And Cincinnati was able to make adjustments in the second half and only held. I think they held. If I'm mistaken, I think they held the Chiefs to what 3 points in the second half, something
I
crazy.
believe so. Something crazy.
Um,
Yeah.
I think they've had nightmares about that game since. I
Mm.
think Andy Reid will be ready for the Cincinnati Bengals. I think the Cincinnati Bengals are getting too much hype, but you know what's
Oh,
not reflecting in that? You know what's not reflecting in that? The
talk to me.
line. The line.
So
The
yeah, the
line
line.
is
Yeah.
still people are still loving Cincinnati. Money is still coming in on Cincinnati. 68% is on Cincinnati Bengals, and that line is still what favoring the Chiefs and move back to the
Yep.
Chiefs.
Yep.
Give me the motherfucking Chiefs at home. I
I
get it. I
completely.
know
I
Joe
agree.
Burrow is this godsend and
I
he's the next
I
Joe
agree here.
Montana and he's
Joe.
this guy. But they just completely forgot who Patrick Mahomes is. Arguably probably one
Right.
of the best quarterbacks to
Yeah.
ever play the game. It's like,
Right.
what's
Facts.
happening?
Like, did we forget?
Right. Like, listen, Joe is
what
nice,
what
man.
did
Joey is
what did Roy
nice.
Jones say? Y'all must have forgot.
Yup, they must have forgot.
They
And I
must have
think they got a little
forgot.
overhyped about this injury with the ankle, but I think he'll be okay. I really do. Um, you know, it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a battle, but I think at the end of the day, I think the Chiefs will be moving on. I think the storyline for the NFL will be even better with
The
Andy
Eagles.
Reid
Yep.
playing against his old team in the Super
Absolutely.
Bowl.
Yep.
I think nobody wants to see San Fran Bengals again. We've seen that back in the 70s, 80s. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants to see that.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see that bullshit.
Um, so give me the Chiefs, man. Give me the Chiefs.
I'm
I
with you,
like them with
brother.
the short number, and I'm gonna take that, man. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add a teaser with the Eagles and the Chiefs. I might do something tricky just to cover my butt somewhere on the other end of that. But
Hmm.
that'll be my play. I don't have too much to say about this game because I mean, there's nothing really much I can say more than I think the Chiefs will be ready for this game at home, um, and be ready to go.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. I'm on the Chiefs as well. I think they show up in this game. They've been hearing all the talk about the Bengals and how bad they beat them, and like you said, I think they're chomping at the at the butt to get this one going and get a win. And I couldn't agree with you more about the storyline. Right? There's multiple storylines. That you can put layers into it. You got the overall arching of the quote unquote Andy Reid bowl, Andy playing the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and don't forget about the Kelsey brothers.
Hmm.
Another
Yeah.
underlying
How about
under
that, man?
yeah,
Salute to the motherfuckers, man.
yeah,
What a podcast they'll have going into
yep,
that game.
yeah, two brothers that face each other in the Super Bowl to kind of send off because we all pretty much know that
What a
Jason
story.
Kelsey is probably going to retire after this year. So I think it writes itself. And the NFL loves storylines.
Hmm.
So I couldn't agree with you more. And I love the teaser bet. And I think that really is a best bet for me as well. Tease up KC. So let's show it right here real quick as a teaser. If we can, I never use the sports book, so I don't know how this joint work, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, I love that pick. I love that play. And I think I'm riding with you on that play as well. So here we go. You do teaser. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We got a sweetheart teaser at 10 points. We can go the other way too. We can do the reverse.
No, I don't need that much. Just give me two teams,
Do
7 or 6 point. Yeah,
let's
the
see what the
line is
6 point.
short enough for me.
Yeah, plus 119, 6 point teaser. You get 4.5 and 3. Let's just do that key number of 3 just in
What's
case.
that? Who's that? Three? The Eagles?
The Eagles are at 3.5.
Yeah, it was 3.5. There we go.
The Eagles are 3.5. The Chiefs are at plus 5, and that's plus 109. That's a great play. That
Yep,
is a
yep, I
great
like
play.
it.
I like that play a lot. All right, before we get out of here, I want to show you some special picks here. That some special bets. I'm sorry that I found. In the sports book, and this is the reason why I wanted to go to the sports book because I wanted to show some of these bets that I found, and it's future bets on the playoffs in terms of playoff leaders. So I'm going to run through them real quick here, and I want you to give me what you're thinking here. So first one is most passing yards in the playoffs. I'll zoom in a little bit so we can see it a little bit better. We got Joe Burrow minus 118, which is interesting. Brock Purdy at plus 140, Mahomes at plus 55, and then we got Jalen Hurts at plus 2,000.
Yeah, I think it's right where it is. I would go Joe Burrow here
Joe Burrow here. Okay.
for sure.
All right.
I mean,
Let's
that
go.
just makes sense to me. I think they're going to lean heavy on Joe Burrow. They'll be able to
Yep.
pass against the Chiefs defense. And I think Patrick Mahomes won't have to. I don't think he had a lot of passing yards last week, so that would hurt him, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
neither did
Yeah.
Jalen, although he had a great game. And then Brock Purdy's not going to be able to pass against us this week, so Joe Burrow's going to be the team to do that.
Okay. All right. Not a bad play. Most receiving yards. We got Chase at plus 125, Kelsey at plus 350, Debo at 400, Kittle at plus 12. First Eagle is not until AJ Brown, 2,000.
Yeah, that's because we moved the ball. We spread the ball a lot. I would have to go Kelsey here. Yeah, Kelsey would be my pick here.
Yeah, Kelsey is a great value here at plus 350. He is the lead guy on Mahomes.
But I guess we're already talking about these games already played, right? Is that what it is? Is it or just this game?
Yeah, like
This
it's
week
even
coming up?
now. Like no, it's even now. Like it's throughout the playoffs. It's throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, but
So
is that
you
even
got to
fair? I guess that's what I'm saying. Is that fair
right.
to teams that
Yeah,
had a bye?
they had a button. It's the bet. That's the bet.
Okay. So I would have to look first. I don't know what the stats are with between Kelsey and Chase. Um.
It's not that much. I think I was looking at it. I think right now it's almost close to being even. I think
Oh, then it's
Kelsey
close
had.
to being even. Give me goddamn Kelsey. That's the easy
Yeah,
right
I think
there
it's close
because
to being
Kelsey's gonna get
even.
at least 8 catches, 7, 8 catches. I mean, you
Yeah.
also want to look at how the Bengals have played Kelsey in the past. Have
Hmm.
they shut him down? Have they limited him?
But I think
So
this includes
yep.
the Super Bowl. Like you got to also
Okay.
include the Super Bowl as well.
Okay.
So
Well,
I
yeah.
think that's what that looks
Kelsey
like too.
Kelsey be the play. Yep.
Okay. All right, and the last one, which I think is really interesting, is rushing.
Booby Miles, baby. Give me Booby. I'm riding with my dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding
I
with Booby.
I
Who you
actually
put up
like
there?
Booby here. So
Give
Mac
me
is
no,
C
don't
Mac
no,
is
you can't.
plus 140.
You
Let me
can't
say it.
like Booby.
Oh, why can't I?
No.
I can like Booby.
Did you
I don't even call
apologize?
him Booby. I'm gonna call him. You already had the apology. I already apologized.
Oh,
I think
okay. All
multiple
right.
times or
All right.
multiple
All right.
podcasts.
All right. All right.
Yeah, yeah. We still not gonna sign him though. So it don't matter.
Yeah, I like
We can
Miles.
talk
I
about
like
that
Miles
one.
there.
Miles at plus 450.
Yeah, I like Miles there.
Pacheco's not bad at plus 850 either.
No, he's not. He's gonna get the rock too.
But
And I
it's
would look at his
funny
props this week. Over 12.5
if
rushing
you
attempts. I think you should look at his props.
if you look at where everybody is. I believe Kenneth Gainwell is third in rushing in the playoffs
Nah,
right now.
but not he ain't gonna he
Yeah,
ain't gonna he's not gonna yeah, but
he had the
he's
hundred
not gonna
yard
get that.
game.
Right, he's not gonna get that this week.
No, 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 no. He's not. No, I don't think so either.
No. So give
I
me
don't think so.
Booby.
Give you Booby plus four
Booby or Joe
fifty.
Mixon. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. All right, everybody. We gave you the plays of the week. I hope you guys listen. I hope you guys follow. If you haven't already, if you're new to the show, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. This is all we do all week is give out free bets each and every single day, whether it be football, whether it be basketball, whether it be golf, whether it be, I know tennis right now is looking kind of decent as well. We give out free plays each and every week, and we show how to navigate the line to make sure you keep your pockets full and keep coming back to us for your expert advice on how to bet and how to make some money in these sports books in this gambling world. Because guess what? Gambling is crazy right now. It ain't even hit every state yet. Like it ain't even hit every state yet. That's the crazy thing right now. And billions of dollars are coming on these sports books, and they are made for you to lose. And we are trying to help you navigate those waters to make sure that you keep your pockets full. And damn sure enough, we bet with you. So when I say it, and I say it again, tell a friend and tell a motherfucking friend, and come bet with your boys. This is Money Pop Podcast. This is Moss Money. That's B Diddy. We are out. Good luck to all you bettors out there. Hey, drop a note, add us, tell us, tag us. If you hit from one of our bets, let us know, and we'll definitely retweet that and refollow you. We are out of here.
Go
Let's
Birds.
go. Go Birds. Go Birds.